Let's see how this goes. fight. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Texans taking over offensively, and it is, of course, Deshaun Watson who leads them out at quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, like in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Watson's throw taken in there by Cooks. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. That's complete to John Ross. And down to the 15. A huge play there for Houston.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff for Lindsay. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And his kick here is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. His first carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, right back to Hines. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So a win. Houston would give them the season sweep. On first down, Weaver finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Weaver. Buying time to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Texans scoop it. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Julian Blackman bringing him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
They run the counter. Hines. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Weaver. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Looking to throw. Weaver. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Hands it off out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Hines going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts have tied things up. They can take the lead with the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, Deontay Harris. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. A big play there on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the red zone now, Watson. It's caught left side by Cooks. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said,
touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 40. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On first down, it's Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Anthony Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. Charles, it's the 2nd quarter. Your team's losing. You're not playing well as a quarterback, but like I said, it's the 2nd quarter. So how worried right now are you?
You're concerned, but you're not panicked because you know there's still an opportunity. No one's excited about his stat line right now. 1 touchdown pass, okay, that's cool, but he's throwing an interception as well. Can he eliminate the mistakes and keep making the positive plays, the good plays? That's what they're looking for from him.
Time to find out if he can do just that. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weaver. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Weaver. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Back to throw again. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there just before halftime.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his leg.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Harris to return it. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we've come upon halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Third down. It's Hines. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
On 1st and 10, Weaver. Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll run on first down. Hines. Jabari Zuniga with the stop.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. Now a give right side. It's Hines. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's got some space here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st down, Watson. He's caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. On second down, right back to Hines. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line. Throwing on first down, Weaver. And that is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. That one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, force the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. This is Hines. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Weaver. Flushed out right. And he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Another run by Lindsey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Watson. It's Miller, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the 44, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this will be swung out for Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Watson on first down. Open man is lost, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Boy, ship, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Everything. My fucking story gotta go through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. His throw incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw on third down, Weaver. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Pascal's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's forced.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
On 1st down, Hines. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Weaver. Flushed out right. He finds his target, Allen. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Weaver. Eluding the pressure right. Throws this one right side to Pascal. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll go again with Lindsey. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Pickett. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So the Colts now down on the scoreboard. A little under 30 seconds remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Weaver. Pass complete to Hines. And some room to work. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, Weaver. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. I don't think this will even know. It doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they've got to feel good about this performance.